Hmm. Hmm. There's a timeline split happening right now. It's been prophesied for thousands of years. And if you can feel it deep down, you're here to play a role in creating the new Earth timelines. And I just want to plant a couple of seeds that I've been playing with for myself and my clients around mission and also inner healing. So, what is your unique mission and contribution to this shift? Do you know what that is? Do you think about that? When you wake up in the morning, do you get excited and claim or state, how can I contribute to the whole today? Even if you don't know what your unique mission or gift is yet, you have one, and it's built in because you chose it before you came down here at this exciting time. So if you don't exactly know what it is, one of the things I have people that I journey with do is just simply write out, what do I love? And this can be really interesting for the mind, because I know for myself, there are things that I love. One's music, playing the guitar. The other one is obviously working and helping all the wild jungle and street doggies here in Thailand where I am. The other one is uplifting and inspiring people. And then there's art and some other things. But what my mind did was it couldn't see all the steps and pieces to put it together. So I kind of got stuck instead of understanding that if there's something that I'm passionate about, I just take the first small step and all the other ones will begin to fall into place. But that first small step opens up this whole universe of different timelines that would not be there if I hadn't taken the first step. So at this incredible time right now, there's a lot of pain coming up to the surface. There's a lot of things being exposed. It's probably the most intense time on the planet. And so if you're still here and you're hanging in there, and even better yet, you're excited and you're like, I'm in it to win it. And I'm aligning with the others of like frequency all around the planet. And you can see if you hold that frequency, even if you're going up and down, one day you're angry, one day you're frustrated, one day you might be in fear, you feel like it's all falling apart, you will begin to see that you will magnetize in all these other like-minded people that are on the same frequency. And that's what's happening with this so-called timeline split. There's people that are here that are like, you cannot have my soul. It is not for sale. No way, no how. And I will not submit to things that insult my soul. And then you've got other people that just follow the crowd because they don't want to be judged. They don't want to be called a conspiracy theorist like we all have, which, by the way, everything that we've exposed as a theory has turned out to be 100% true. Anybody that's paying attention can see this. So this is an exciting time. So part one is, what is my unique contribution? And can I get excited about it? And if this is something that you may need a little assistance with, feel free to reach out to me or reach out to somebody else. What's really, really key is to have at least one person in your life that can mirror you on a regular basis, that is doing their own inner journeying and clearing of, judgments, anger, trauma for themselves, their family lineage, and the collective. And if you have somebody that you can discuss things with that is not going to judge you, and you're both, your intention is to raise each other up along with everybody on the planet, because you know that you're connected to everybody, no matter what it looks like. Everybody is you. And that's an interesting one to wrap your head around, because if we're in judgment about anybody, that lowers our frequency, and then we're looping in 3D. So a great mantra to carry with you is, anytime you have a judgment or a trigger, what is the gift here? 5 words. Memorize that. Okay, I'm triggered. I just went into judgment. I caught myself. The great thing is you catch yourself. You may have to do it a million times, or you may clear stuff in the first 2 weeks or 30 days. I see it happen with people I journey with every single month. And so this is just about accountability. It's about healing, clearing, and raising our frequency. And we were never taught how to heal. And there's a good reason why we weren't. We were taught how to be distracted, and we were taught how to not want to go in and meet the deepest parts of ourselves, because it can be scary, really scary. And so if you've got somebody to go on a journey with that knows how to guide people through these tools, or you've got a friend that you can have an honest conversation with, it's priceless. Because I'll tell you what, without the people in my life that mirror me, I might be 10 or 20 years behind. And, you know, there's no such thing as time, and we're not gauging where we are above or below anybody else. It's a solo inner journey. But I can definitely say that being able to have conscious conversations around fears, doubts, judgments, triggers, inner healing of trauma, childhood wounds, it escalates the process very, very quickly. And so that's the first part, really being willing to look at our stuff. Because if we don't, it's going to show up in every relationship. It's going to keep us from abundance, which is our birthright. And so let's talk about that for a moment, because that's a huge one. And that's why a lot of people come to me, because the money thing has been so manipulated and rigged. As you know, if you're still listening, you're probably aware of this. Hey, Denise, great to see you. There's somebody else on here, and it says Facebook user, so I don't know who you are, but I'm grateful. It looks like there's 7 people on here right now, and thank you. And I want to say thank you to everybody that reached out over the last 6 or 7 weeks while I was not on Facebook doing a deep healing journey for Jeff. And I may share that on this transmission. Hey, Randy, great to see you, brother. Big, big love. Thanks for your messages and support. Really, I received so many messages that I was actually in tears. Hey, Eric, great to see you. Reading some of the beautiful reflections, I was truly in tears, because a lot of these people I didn't even know were out there, and they just mirrored me so beautifully. And I'm telling you, I was forced to go very, very deep as part of my soul contract again and clear some things that I thought that I had cleared already 10 or 20 years ago. And what happened was I woke up in the middle of January with a severely pinched nerve in my back and my neck. And what happened was that, hey, Stacy, my whole arm went numb. I couldn't feel it. And my 3 fingers are still numb right now. But the trigger's gone away. My arm feels better. I'm doing great. Mentally, I feel great. But what happened is I wasn't able to sleep for days. And that turned into a couple weeks. And I started getting really pissy and bitchy. And then I was just really angry. And I'm like, I got to clear this. And so my one gorgeous friend in France that I go back and forth with and talk to every day, messaging, said, you should go back and do some deep breathing. And so I began doing breathwork sessions every morning and every night for 40 minutes to an hour. And I'm telling you, this breathwork, which is now part of the waking up in the dream process, it is so incredibly amazing, because what it does is, once you start breathing deeply and you set your intention at the beginning of a session, it bypasses the mind. So you get to a point where you're just in tune with your body, and you've set your intention that my intention is to clear and heal any triggers, any remaining wounds, anything that I'm not aware of, because we must clear this stuff. There is no going into 5D and beyond, whatever you want to call it, the higher frequencies, without doing the inner healing. And this is the last thing that most people want to do or face. And I get it. It's because it can be painful, and we weren't taught how to do it. So if anybody's interested in that, I'm happy to guide you through it. Reach out. I'm happy to get on a free call with you, a discovery call. It's not a sales thing. If it's not 100% match and you're not like, yeah, let's do it, I'm ready, then it's okay. And you'll learn some things just from the call. But the key is, investigating this breath work was so powerful for me, because I'm just going to be 100% honest and vulnerable here. I got to the point where I was so frustrated that I knew there was still some stuff here. And I'll talk about what I was holding, so maybe you can relate to it. I love Jeff. I know that our self-love is the most important thing. I'm a lover. I always have been. Animals, people, art, music, life, Mother Nature. And so I love Jeff. I talk to my cells every single morning. I know that my trillions of cells are alive. I know that they can hear and feel what I say. I know they're paying attention in every moment, and they've been serving me unconditionally since I came out of the womb. And it's the same thing for you. But really, and I'm not acting like I'm telling you anything you don't know. I'm just rolling here with Jeff's own inner journey. And if you benefit from it, then wonderful. If you pick up a piece, then wonderful. But I speak to my cells first thing every morning when I awaken from what we call the sleeping dream, and my head's still on the pillow, and I do self-love. So I love Jeff. However, what I uncovered with the breath work was that I was still holding energies and trauma from my childhood around still being good enough, perfectionism, which is a real sticky one, because you're already perfect. We're already perfect. But we're taught that we need to be better and better and better and better. And I had this program running where I still have to be better. And that's not self-love. That is judgment. And I was still carrying some shame and some guilt for stupid stuff I've done in the past, which we've all done. And, well, maybe not all of us, but speaking for Jeff. And so it got to the point where I was doing the breath work for about the first 3 days, morning and night, before I went to bed. And I started to feel this deep anger inside because I couldn't figure out how to clear it. And so I'm breathing, and I'm doing this stuff, and I'm setting my intention. And when you're doing the breath work, you're doing the inner breathing, and then you're doing some really deep breaths after about 20 minutes, and you're holding them. So you're flooding your body with prana and life force. And what it ends up doing is it kind of bypasses the mind. Well, when I'm guiding people through this, you end up shaking. And you may have done this at weekend workshops or one-on-one with people, where you're shaking this stuff out and you're just tuned in into letting go. But at first, you may not necessarily know how to let go. So you just keep breathing and you keep trusting. Well, for me, this anger came up of, fuck, I got to let this stuff go. I cannot hold this stuff in my body any longer. So when you're shaking, you're actually, you can be screaming like, or you can be going, and I mean, I just got to the point where I let loose so hard that it's like I kind of lost consciousness, and it seemed like everything just fragmented into a million different fragments. And then I did it again a second time, and I saw this big black like energy. And I'm not saying it was an entity or anything like that. It was just that I got so pissed that, you know, I've been doing this deep work for over 20 years, and I've been taking people through the waking up in the dream process for 10. So then there's this judgment of, well, you're supposed to know how to do all this shit. So I don't know if you can relate, but the beauty of the breath work and just being fully committed to what we have to do right now. I ended up on several occasions during the last 4 weeks breaking down and crying and sobbing so deeply, so deeply. And it was one of the greatest releases you could ever have. And this is really key. And I want to speak to the men out there as well, not singling you out, because we're all holding things. And the frustrating part that I found for me about this journey is there always seems to be something else to clear. And that can piss off Larry, which is my ego, because it's like, come on, I'm here in my heart. I'm doing everything I can. I'm willing to look at all my stuff. And as long as we're in a human body, it seems like there's something else to clear. Now, it may not even be all our stuff. We're clearing for the collective. We're clearing for our family lineage. And I'm telling you, if you're here right now, I give you the biggest high five, the biggest hug, the biggest love, because it's really important. Hey, Julie, great to see you. Thank you for all your posts and for showing up at this time and your beautiful message and everything. Sending you big, big love. You can watch the replay if you're interested in that, and it'll be on my YouTube channel as well. So I broke down and I was just sobbing deeply, 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 deeply. And this is something that people have been shamed into believing, that crying is weak. Crying is probably 1,000 times better of a release than a sexual orgasm. Anybody can orgasm because we're like, oh, we love pleasure. It's great connecting with somebody else. Hi, Elaine. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel great. I feel great. And it's because of people like you that I know that are out there. I have connected with so many incredible souls because of Facebook. So thank you, Facebook. Thank you, social media. Everybody's beginning to align. You can see it. And somebody like me, I'm only interested. I mean, I love everybody and I send them all love because I understand that we're all connected. There is no separation and everybody's me. I get it. Even the bad guys. And they're playing their role to wake everybody up, as uncomfortable and ugly and as horrific as it can be sometimes. However, I am super passionate about connecting with people that their number one goal is raising their conscious awareness, raising the conscious awareness of the collective, and being willing to look at their stuff and do the inner healing and go deep. And I'm telling you, the reason I'm sharing this about me crying and breaking down is because I have no shame around that. It takes courage to go in and go, fucking let's do it. Because I know there's no way around it. I've attempted to dodge it just like everybody else, my whole life. Alcohol, partying, whatever. And, you just get to a point where you're like, let's do it. And then you've got all these amazing people that are holding space for you instead of judging you. And you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe this many people are relating and sending me love. I mean, it's deep, it's touching. I received so many messages from people that I was just like, wow, I'm that worthy. and even makes me break down right now. It's like people really, they really appreciate somebody that is willing to get naked and be 100% authentic and vulnerable and admit that they don't have it all figured out, but I'm willing to step up, and I've got some tools that kick ass, and they're very simple. There's nothing difficult about it. If you're willing to track your triggers and your judgments, and you start clearing stuff and seeing programs that the majority of people just don't even want to look at. And, I don't know why that is. I don't know. I've just known that as early as the second grade, when I was put into private Catholic schools, I could see the program. And I've always been no way guy. I've always been resistant to things that insulted me and things that I knew or felt with my intuition that were inverted. You can feel it. And the great thing is right now, all this stuff is being exposed, and it's very uncomfortable. And so I just want to say thanks to everybody. And so again, the seeds that I intended to plant right now and coming on and doing this live for the first one in like 7 weeks, you start doing them and you're like, okay, I'm going to go on and do my thing and it's good. Now after 7 weeks, I'm like, it's been like 2 days I've been planning to do a live, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and I'm not sure, what my bullet points, and I'm just like, I just got to the point where I was sitting here for 10 minutes in front of my computer, and I've got the go live button here in StreamYard, and I'm just like, fuck it, just go live, dude. Go live and share your heart. And the people that are going to resonate are going to resonate, and the people that aren't, and they might think you're crazy and you're woo-woo and whatever, it's perfect. It's good, because I'm showing up for Jeff first. And if anybody else benefits from this, that's great. So again, the invitation is, what is your unique mission and contribution? And don't put any pressure on yourself. It could just be being a mom. It could be taking care of a dog or an animal. It could be planting a wonderful garden. But there's something or some things that, I gotta put that one up there. That's great. Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm out there, And so whatever you're passionate about, again, you may not know how to turn it into something that might generate money, because currently right now we still have to pay to be on this planet, which should have never happened. And it's shifting. There's gold back, this and that. I know, we'll believe it when, no, we see it. We see it. We keep watering the seeds. We see this new earth, these timelines and frequencies, which are already here. They're not in the future. Every single timeline, there's thousands of them or millions of them. Every possible version of you, whether it's the greatest relationship in the world, or you being in a relationship that's where you're unworthy or there's fighting or whatever. Anything you choose and you water with the seeds of your heart and your intention, and you see it is already here like a little child on Christmas, and you don't allow any doubts to come in. And if a doubt does come in, you notice it and you go right back to, okay, I'm even going to infuse it with more energy and more gratitude and more love and compassion. And it has to show up. So, whatever you're passionate about, just maybe do some journaling and go, I don't know how that I could leave my job or whatever. And it doesn't even mean that you have to. It's not a judgment. It's just about freeing ourselves from basically the enslavement that we've been put under. Birth certificates, the illegal constitution in the United States that's still running right. Well, there's 2 of them running right now if you've been paying attention. Military and control. But our original Constitution got hijacked in 1871. So we've all been bamboozled under these false contracts, false courts, false government, false maritime law. And I don't know if anybody out there has seen the Rumble interview with Mickey Clan. I'm going to type her name in here because she is a hero. And there's one that she does on her own, And there's one she does with Scott, who's Patriot Street Fighter, and it's a great interview. And what she did was she did her research and she realized that everybody in Arizona and every government in the world, but she's focused on the US and there's other countries that have come in, they're all illegally acting like they're your government. And she went in and she served everybody in the Arizona courtroom, and they all ran out of the building because she had her facts together. And she documents this beautifully in a fairly short 32-minute video. And I've got it on my Gaggle Drive because I've been sharing it with people so they can download it. And so this is the framework that she's teaching people how to do, because everyone in government right now and everyone in the courts is operating under false law. And so she served them all and said if they did not step down, they would then be served for treason. And you know the penalty for treason. So yeah, it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I love this. Liberating themselves. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Nikki's amazing. Like, I didn't know about her a week ago. And now I'm just like, man, I love this person because she's fierce, but she's so well spoken and she's got every single thing to back it up. It's just like Derek Johnson on Telegram. His handle is Rattletrap, RATTLETRAP 1776. He's an ex-military. He lists every single thing, statute that are laws that are in effect right now that Trump put in before he left. And the fake Biden has already extended many of these for another 2 years. So Biden's not even Biden. You guys probably already know this, but you know, there's just so much going on right now that we don't even really know because there's so many different timelines and events. So what that does for me is it drives me more inward to go, okay, all that, you know, possible theory stuff. I post that on my Telegram channel because people have said, thank you. I don't have anybody to talk to in my family or my neighborhood. Everybody's asleep, whatever. But really, our invitation right now is to focus only on that which we desire to see more of. All this other stuff is already being exposed and the light is already won. So I can't prove that to you, but yeah, she does Bonds for the Wind. I think that's one of her websites. But yeah, you can Gaggle or in another search engine, Mickey Clan, and you will be excited to see the proof that it's going down and the dominoes are going to begin falling. They already have been for the past several years, but it's going down now. And so I sent them a message to see if I could assist or be part of the team or whatever. I'm in Thailand, but you know, we're all connected here. So anyway, part one, just to wrap up, what is your unique mission and contribution? And if you don't know what that is and you'd love some assistance, feel free to reach out, or again, get together with a friend or somebody on here that's a mirror. And I posted the link up above to the Waking Up in the Dream Activation Portal. It's a private group. If you want to come in, it's safe, it's non-judgmental. This live is going in there as well. And then you can ask questions. Nobody's above or below anybody. I'm not here to be the leader. I mean, I do lead in a certain way, but not in a way where I'm above or below anybody. Everybody's my teacher. Everybody's our teacher, especially anybody we may judge or feel like they're not there yet or whatever. They're perfectly playing their role. So if you'd like to come into that group, you know, you're welcome to do it. I'll post the link in there again. And where is it? I lost it. Anyway, it's in there if you scroll up. And the second part of what I was sharing is Really be willing to look at any traumas, unhealed stuff. And if you don't know if it's underneath there, you can usually tell. If you're like, I still feel like I'm not good enough, I'm afraid, I really want to speak up and create something, but I don't know if I'm good enough. Not being good enough is huge. I've talked to some people in the last month that are like, I see them as like some of the highest, most aware, awake, healed, incredible people. And even they tell me, yeah, I have the I'm still not good enough thing. It's huge. So be gentle with yourself, but reach out to somebody, get together, come in the group, get a mirror, a daily mirror, and start going back and forth. And when you wake up in the morning, after you love on your body and set your intention of what you are magnetizing, or better yet, to word it correctly, what you have already magnetized into your reality, whatever you desire, I am abundant. I am healed. The I am statements are huge because it's in stone that it's already done. And you see that stuff is already done. Practice this every morning, because if you don't commit to it, you'll wake up and you'll go, I got to get up, I got to put on a pot of coffee, I got to get ready for blah, 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 blah. All that stuff's going to get done. But if you don't make a commitment to consciously and intentionally create your reality first thing every morning, it's life-changing. And so when I awaken every day, I go, how can I contribute today? And I just ask. And I don't know if I have any guides or guardians. I'm not talking to the Palladians like a lot of people claim. That hasn't happened yet. I've reached out. I'm like, hey, if you guys want to, get together and collaborate, let's do it. And I've had people tell me there's angels on my shoulder when they've been doing sessions and stuff. I don't see it, but all my angels are out there, these people like you. And so trust, because if your heart is pure, no matter what's going on underneath, as long as you have the intention to be authentic and you're willing to be vulnerable and honest with yourself, stuff's going to clear. And the frequencies that are coming into the planet right now from the sun and from other assistants, it's speeding up. It's happening. So trust in that. So I'm going to end it with that. If anybody's interested in doing any one-on-one mentorships, I do a 90-day journey with people that is deep, it's fun, and it's not really difficult. You just play, keyword, play with the tools. And on the very first day, you will begin to see the programs running. And you can't clear a program unless you can see it. But once you see it and you use this daily tracking sheet at the end of the day to go, how many times did I catch myself judging, triggered? Did I consciously create my reality today? Did I do mirror gazing and self-love when I was taking a shower or whatever? It's super, super simple. And I'm currently working on my second book, which is going to be Waking Up in the Dream for children. So instead of putting children in the brainwashing schools that Rockefeller created, we're going to teach them conscious awareness, and we're not going to allow their imagination, which is their gift, to be squashed. So it's a little bit about what I'm excited about. And I just want to say thanks for everybody hanging on here. And if this resonates with you, hey, brother, great to see you. We're being pounded. Yeah, frickin' we're being pounded, but it's not going to work. And as you know, Zachary, my brother, I appreciate all the wonderful stuff that you're putting out and everybody else. We've won. We've won. And now it's just aligning, uniting, and then uplifting the others and helping everybody that we can. Helping the planet, blessing the planet, healing the planet, helping the animals. I'm hanging out with these wild jungle and street dogs every day. They are holding a frequency. Most people think they're smarter than dogs. I can tell you, because I spend 4 to 6 hours a day with these doggies, they have senses that are beyond ours. And that's why I'm out in nature every day. And yeah. Yep. Hey, Heather, great to see you. Okay. So big, big love to everybody. And yeah, just want to say thanks to everybody that reached out, checked in, sent me gorgeous messages. And stay excited, stay excited, stay excited. And if you get triggered, just look at it and go, okay, 5 words. What is the gift here? What is this trigger or judgment trying to show me or teach me about me? And you'll just start clearing stuff like boom, 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 boom. So big love from Thailand. And I'll see you all out in the field. Stay excited.